Metro District family, welcome. This is not a podcast, but we are recording in our new recording studio here at the district office. So super excited for you to watch this video. But today, joining me is Sarah Mol. Sarah Mol is actually our district's first CAMA international worker. Sarah, welcome.
Thank you.
It's exciting to have you here.
Good to be here.
You were just appointed in October, correct? This past October. So Sarah's gone through her interviews. She's been appointed by our Christian and Missionary Alliance Board of Directors this past October, and she's actually getting ready to launch this coming summer, again, as our first CAMA worker. So Sarah, really excited to be able to kind of share this time together, share with the district about the things that are happening in your life. Last time we got together, which was just a few weeks ago, and I'll talk about that a little bit later, second call dinner that we were hosting. When I introduced you, I was like, hey, we don't know, where Sarah's ultimately going to land, and, kind of introduced you. And then you came up and you were like, actually, we do. We have more clarity on what's next. So talk to us about like what's coming down the pike for you.
Okay, so the plan is August to go to language school in Costa Rica for a year. Because although I lived in Venezuela, my Spanish is not great. And so to do language school first, and then from there go to El Salvador and work with the youth there.
So why El Salvador in particular?
Yeah, so
which is kind of crazy that you this is an initial part of your story, right?
That's I mean, yes, it's such an amazing thing where you look back and these things that seem like just nothingness, like you're like, oh yeah, sure, I'll do this thing, I have my passport, I'll go and do that, and you look back and you see God's hand and like all the different things of it's like, well, in 20 something years you're gonna look back and be like, wow, that was really cool, and in the meantime you go there for a week, 10 days, and it was an amazing experience, but there was no I think I want to come back here someday, but to look back and just kind of see how all of your yeses led to this yes, and so El Salvador, because there's a need for counseling for the youth there. 2019, there was a new ruler elected, and because El Salvador was one of the most dangerous countries in the world, he really wanted to try and make it not be that, and so really cut down on a lot of the gang population. And I believe in 2022, there was roughly 100,000 people that were incarcerated that were somehow connected to gangs. And so it went from being one of the most dangerous countries in the world to one of the safest in the Western Hemisphere, which sounds great if that's the only thing you're looking at. But the thing is how did that impact kids? Because for so many of them, their parent or parents were now incarcerated. And so, a lot of kids, like the oldest sibling, had to then drop out of school to find some kind of work to be able to provide for their siblings, and in a lot of ways it's called kind of like silent crisis, because it's this thing where if you only know numbers and stuff, you're like, that sounds great, now it's safe, but there's, different stats and stuff, but somewhere between 40 and 60,000 kids are now missing a parent or parents, and so there's this grief that goes with that too, because they may or may not ever see their parents again, and so there is a team that's down there now, but when they found out there was someone that was a counselor looking to come to Central South America, they're like, we've got so many kids that have gone through trauma that we could really use a counselor there, and so even if you think about just that it was such a dangerous country to live in before that, regardless, there's trauma connected to that too, and a lack of safety and just the things that they've seen. So you have that trauma, and then you have the trauma of your parents being taken away, and you may or may not ever see them again. And, and so it's just, multiple layers of trauma and stuff.
How can our district come alongside you?
I mean, the biggest need right now probably is with support, like financial support. As of yesterday, March, what's today's date? The 12th, March 12th. March 12th, I checked. I still need roughly $1,735 a month, so we're
$1,900. Okay, 35. Yep. Okay.
And then the one time is still in the around 20,000. So there's still a big need before August, and so
to be fair, you also only just got the green light to start moving in this way, and so God's obviously moving.
Yes.
But we have somewhere to go. We're moving, but we've got somewhere to go.
Right. And I've shared at 2 churches so far. I shared at my church, Awaken Community, and then at a church I grew up going to. So so I have shared, and I've sent the first update letter out and stuff. So we're doing things, but there's still work to be done.
Yeah. We're really excited. Again, as a district, we want to be able to support you, come alongside you, pray for you. Obviously, you're always going to be a part of our now like international worker team, the wider team, constantly keeping tabs. I would say Metro family, like if you're looking to connect with Sarah, then reach out to me, reach out to missions@metrocma.org, and we would be happy to get you in contact with Sarah. If you're a lead pastor or a missions mobilizer at your church, missions pastor at your church, and this has stirred something in you and you'd love to hear from Sarah, then we would love to get you connected with her. Obviously, Metro fam, the need. We'd love to get a few more churches partnered alongside with you, help close that gap. And, come August, see you land in Costa Rica and learning the language. And then obviously, bringing the hope of Jesus to those young people in El Salvador. So, Sarah, thank you so much. Is there anything you'd like to further share to our Metro family? And
well, first, just want to say thank you. This is an amazing opportunity. And like I said, I felt nothing but support from day one, and so it's been such a blessing to already feel such a part of the district. And that's been wonderful. I appreciate your prayers, both in the now and in the future. I am, still working full time, have full caseload, all the things. So there's a lot of moving parts, and so prayers definitely appreciated. And if financial support isn't something that is doable right now, definitely please pray. And if you want to be part of receive the update letters and stuff, you can. There'll be a link in the bio, I believe.
Yeah. So we're gonna drop a link, either her email or a way to be able to connect for her newsletter. So you'll definitely get all that information in the link in the bio for the video. So Metro family, you know what's up. Sarah Mol, first CAMA international worker. I've been praying for this. Oh, the other thing I wanted to mention. There was a few things. Number one, if you're a counselor and this has stirred your heart and you're like, well, I did a counseling degree, surely God's never going to use me to go overseas. I mean, Sarah's proof that yes, we would love to have you. And there's already a team, that would be willing to come alongside you. So that's number one. If you're getting a stirring, definitely reach out to our office. We want to be able to connect you, with the right people and get you moving in the right way. Number two, if it's not counseling, but you're thinking to yourself, I'm not a counselor, but I do have this expertise. I am a professional in this way. Reach out to our office. Sarah was just able to, be present for one of our second call dinners that we had, hosted by Main Street Alliance Church. Shout out to you guys. And what we're talking there is there's people that have expertise. They've owned a business. They've been practicing in the marketplace. And now there's a sense that God wants to use this to be able to bring, what I have gained here, bring it overseas. We'd love to be able to talk with you as well and see you mobilized in that. So Metro family, thank you so much for joining us. God bless you all. Sarah, thank you so much. We're really encouraged by your story and we are definitely praying for you.
Thank you so much.
All righty. See ya. Peace.